Thank you and welcome back. We continue, as I said from the beginning, the subject of ethics is divided into 3, and we looked at the concept trying to understand who is ethical leader. So now we can discuss it further, because whenever you mention the name ethical leadership, we understand and we know what we are talking about. We're now going to look at why must we practice ethical leadership? Why? And there are so many reasons why we need to practice ethical leadership. 1, as leaders, it doesn't matter the size of your organization, you are seen as a role model. Not just from younger persons, but even from the elderly in society. They see you, you went to school here, you are doing this, you are leading them, you speak very nice English. That is not the only thing that they learn from you. They learn very critical things, and these are the things we are talking about. And so, as a role model who is to transfer ethical behavior to our organization and people in our community, it is very important for us to exhibit. Otherwise, we have no business influencing and affecting people's life. You can't give what you don't have. So if you want to give it out, then you must have it. The next important thing is that you and I know there are so many people that we try to help, but we are not able to do that. Not because we don't have resources, not because the people don't need help. No, it's all because they don't trust us. They don't believe in us. And so it is important for people to trust us. Not just the people we are serving, but the people we are working with. The people that we're trying to lead, to guide to a destination. Because leadership is based on trust. And so when people know and they see that we always try to do the right thing, your own followers, they know that this man is like this. You are fair. Whenever you are even sanctioning them, they will not question it, because they know you, they understand you. They know that you are always truthful, you are trustworthy, you are sincere, and you're honest. And so it is important for us that we try to do everything practical for people to trust us. And the easiest way, don't tell people, please believe me, I can do this for you. No. Demonstrate, exhibit. And how to exhibit it is to be both a moral person and a moral leader, and that is ethical leadership. It is also important in society, whether NGO or public organization or your own enterprise, in this global village, it is about competition. If you don't compete for funding, you compete for clients or customers. And when you are competing and your competitors are ethical and you are not, forget it. And so if we exhibit ethical leadership, it permits us to occupy the moral high among all our competitors. In fact, there are so many financiers, so many donors who look for ethical standards of our organization before they will approve or they will grant us any support. It is very important, especially if our competitors are claiming to be ethical and moral, then we have no option. If they are not, and we do it, we have an advantage, and if they are, then we must, otherwise we fall out of favor. And it is also believed that even everything aside, we owe it to ourselves, to our nations, to the people we serve, to be ethical, naturally. It should be the normal law of nature to do things to help humanity, to be fair, to be just, so that we can help advance the cause of humanity. Everyone has an obligation to yourselves and to your organization and to the larger society to make sure that society is a better place. So there's no chaos. You do the right thing, cheating must go down. Corruption, we will look at what corruption can bring. It can bring death, it can bring so many things, deprivation and the development. Why are we doing things to hurt society and humanity? It is important we try and do it because it is the right way to go. Self-respect is another important consideration, reason why, because you know that we all consistently consider the ethics of our decisions, actions, and interaction. What happens? You are not bothered when you make decisions. There are people who go home from work and they are disturbed, confused. The psychologists call it a state of dissonance. Dissonance. What is in you and what you are doing outside are conflicting always. Why? So you yourself, you are not comfortable. You yourself, you can't respect yourself because sometimes we do certain things and we feel embarrassed ourselves. Even though sometimes you do it in secret, you come out and you question your own integrity. Several of us, as we speak now, as I speak now, let's think about it. You see that you are questioning your own integrity. It is important for us not to question our integrity because of our inability to lead ethical leadership. The next important reason why we need to be ethical is integrity. It's a virtue. You want people to respect us, and you want people to respect our organization. When we hear about leaders of organizations misbehaving, misconducting themselves, what comes to your mind? Sometimes that negative image is used to brand the entire organization. And so it is very important for us, if you are not able to add anything to your organization, please never try to do anything to take anything away from the organization. I always say that an effective leader is someone who is always able to add value to what he or she meets when he or she was appointed the leader. And so it is important we do our best so that our organization is respected. The integrity of our organization always remains intact. There are several organizations, businesses, individuals who have resources, who have, when I talk about resources, not just financial, knowledge, technology, that are looking for people to collaborate. They are looking for organizations to work with. They are looking for partners. And it will help you to benefit you financially or capacity, resources, exchange program. These people will look for, if they have the option, they will always pick ethical organizations. And ethical organizations are organizations that are led by ethical leaders. You cannot have ethical organizations if the leaders are morally defective. And so other leaders and organizations will much more be willing to collaborate with you if they know that you always deal with them ethically. They will trust you. They will trust you. They will believe in you and you benefit. And so it is very important for us to be mindful that in this world, it's about networking. It's very important. And no one will network with you if they see signs of unethical behaviors. Another one, which there are so many of them, but I just want us to at least try and understand and remind ourselves of, and several of these are around us, just that sometimes we don't put them in perspective. Another important reason why we need to try and strive, do everything practicable to become ethical is that it creates good climate and high performance within the organization. If everyone in the organization knows that power will be fairly shared, that they will be dealt with respectfully, and that the organization as a whole will operate ethically, they know that whether they are there or not, the remuneration system is fair, the performance appraisal system is fair. They know that once management says that there is profit, there is profit. I can assure you. And the leader is able to transfer all these moral standards onto the subordinates. You are going to have cordiality, you are going to have unity, you are going to have proper coordination, coherence, and you are going to, finally, because of the atmosphere, people are happy coming to work. There's going to be higher performance within the organization. And so when people feel more secured, and how can you feel secured with a person who always lies to you, who you cannot trust, who is always breaking truths? The person says you do this, you get there, and the person is not happening. We are all comfortable when we are secured. And that is what we are talking about as being ethical leadership can generate that. And once we all feel secured and we all feel protected, we all feel that we are treated with respect and fairly, we are prepared to give of our best. So as leaders are meant to influence people to get objectives achieved, we need to be ethical, and that makes it relatively easier so that they will not call us by names. And so these are some of it's a more or less a figure demonstrating the things we've discussed. As a role model, building trust, self-respect, performance, because of the atmosphere that will be created, collaboration, credibility, and respect. So, if nothing at all, a couple of these factors must motivate us to try and do everything possible and practicable to become ethical. But one thing we have to understand is that becoming ethical is not too easy. It's not too easy. It comes with cost, but I think the reward is far higher than the cost. Yes. So let's try and look at our situation in Africa. Let's try and look at, I was trying to find something to help us, but then I found this. Hopefully we can learn from it. And so we are all going to watch the video and from Al Jazeera, and let's try and outline, take your own note pen and write down 5 significant attributes, traits, to suggest ethical leadership in the people that you see here. Sometimes you see the person, you know the person, you have heard, you've read about it, and then you can write 5 things that this person does that makes him ethical leader. Or in the course of the discussion, these people are going to mention, they are going to mention names of people who are ethical. And then so list why do you believe or do you agree that the name they are going to mention or the people sitting here are ethical? Okay, so please, let's go to this site or this page, and then the video is there. I think it's about it's quite about 25 minutes or so. Let's watch it and answer the questions. 5 traits, 5 attributes, 5 qualities, and the names you hear, Madiba, Mandela. Don't concentrate on only one person. Kofi Annan, former UN boss, is there, and the others. Please, let's write out and reflect. And then the other assignment will be for you to think of how can I also exhibit this particular trait. It's very important. Thank you. Welcome back. As I said, we've already discussed the first 2 parts of the concept of ethics and ethical leadership. We started by trying to understand what ethical leadership is all about. And then the second part, we tried to look at why. Because it's very difficult, even though it is not impossible, it is not beyond human capability to exhibit ethical leadership, but it is not too easy to try and exhibit ethical leadership. And so we looked at the motivation. Why? Why must we do that? And we looked at about 8 critical reasons why we need to. Self-respect, respect for our organization and the image, credibility. We are role models. Sometimes it even brings about high organizational performance.